Hello everyone, welcome back. So thank you for watching wherever you're watching from. Welcome back to my podcast, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please, those who have not yet subscribed, subscribe, share, comment and like, please. Thank you so much, you highly appreciated. So yesterday we stopped at chapter 7 of the executive. Ejjo twakomye ku chapter 7 executive awo mwemubeera the president, president ne cabinet ye. Okay, so we're going to tandikira leero. So it's chapter 7 of the Constitution of Uganda, 1995 as amended. The executive, the president. Then article 98, the president of Uganda. As I'm telling you again, I'm not teaching. Okay, I'm not teaching anyone, but we are just reading this through together. Size wano like kusomesa naye kuba nange si I don't know, that's the fact. Naye tuyitamu fenna babiri, tubisoma fenna babiri. No, we should be aware. So those people are telling you that I'm teaching, I'm not teaching. We are just reading it together. I'm just reading it with you. So please come with me. Let's read this together. Okay. There shall be a president of Uganda who shall be the head of state, head of government, and the commander-in-chief of the Uganda People's Defense Force, and the fountain of honor. Ebyo byonna bijja beera bitibwa bya mukulembeze. Wagenda beerawo mukulembeze. For now, we have President Museveni as the president of Uganda. Ne poster yagifulumiza that is going to contest again now, as I'm telling you, 2026 is coming. So he's going, anyone who will be the president, because as I'm saying, 2025 now, we have a lot of presidential candidates. We know so many. So anyone who is elected shall become the head of state, head of government, commander-in-chief of the Uganda People's Defense Force. Yagenda obeera commander-in-chief wa amajega UPDF. Then he will be also the fountain of honor. Okay? If it's Katumba Wamala or if it's political Hundurututu, he will be the fountain of honor. The president shall take precedence over all persons in Uganda, and in the descending order, the vice president, the speaker, the chief justice shall take precedence over all other persons in Uganda. Descending order. Executive wechiba, president wavako, wadako vice president wavako, wadako speaker wa parliament, speaker wa parliament wavako, wadako chief justice. Winyi dolo. Then, before assuming the duties of the office of president, a person elected president shall take and subscribe the oath of allegiance and the presidential oath specified in the fourth schedule of this constitution. Fourth schedule tuja kulaba authors of different people, MPs, local LCs, the president, the judge, how they'll be taking oath. So, in case ngoisemu kuwa president, katugambe kakati tuina president mulekwa. Derek president bamwita baramwita wata? Omugenzi bwogere. Sorry. Kati omugenzi bwogere, in case he's elected as a president, he will come and say, I, omugenzi bwogere, Solomon Resweya, that I will serve with so help me God. He will be the fountain of honor, chief of Uganda, commander-in-chief. So we shall have a new Uganda, just in case. I'm not saying sigambye nti agenda owangula, naye bw'awangula is supposed to take oath according to the constitution. While holding office, the president shall not be liable of proceeding in any court. President temugenda mutwala mu kooti yonna. Civil or criminal proceeding may be instituted against a person after ceasing to be president. Civil or criminal proceeding may be instituted against the person after umala obeera president. Oba olina criminal cases zonna, they will be proceeded. in respect of any done or omitted to be done in his or her person capacity before or during the term of office, that person, and any period of limitation in respect of any such proceedings shall not be taken to run during the period while that person was president. Byonna bye yakola ng'akyali president, just in case bw'aba akoze ki, bw'aba afuuse president, ebyemabega bijja sigala nga byewa nga byemabega. Okay, then article 99, executive authority of Uganda. The executive authority of Uganda is vested in the president and shall be exercised in accordance with the constitution and the laws of Uganda. Ovunaanyizibwa or authority, like yeah, authority mu Luganda, obuyinza kale, obuyinza bwa executive bwonna buli muki, buli mu president, and shall be agenda bukozesa in accordance with the constitution. Nga constitution bwegamba bwalina kukozesa obuyinza. Constitution nga bwegamba president alina okukozesa obuyinza electinga abantu bataano mu the Human Rights Commission or the Electoral Commission. According to the law, that's what it said, that's what the president will do. The president shall execute and maintain this constitution and all laws made under continued in force for this constitution. Ye president kenyini ajja kulaba nti agezaako ku to maintain what? To maintain the constitution, nga constitution itagikyamya. In that shall be the duty of the president to abide by upholding and safeguard this constitution and the laws of Uganda, and to protect the welfare of the citizen and protect the territorial integrity of Uganda. So kino kigenda beera mulimu gwa president, okukuuma abantu, okukuuma constitution first of all, okukuuma borders za Uganda, and protecting the human rights and the integrity of the people. President ye kenyini alina making sure as the executive, the fountain of honor, the commander in chief, alina making sure that people are safe, the borders are kept safe, constitution is followed, buli kimu. Naye, yeah, okay. It shall be the duty of the president of, okay, subject to the provision of this constitution, the functions conferred on the president by clause 1 of this article may be exercised by the president, either directly or through offices subordinated to the president. Bino byetwogeddeko president byalina okukola ng'okugobera amateeka, constitutional laws, okukuuma abantu. President yennyini yasobola obyekolera, oba bw'aba tasobola kukola ekyo, he can appoint officers, asobola creating officers under his power to do so, because president ye kennyini tasobola kufuga eggwanga lino yekka. He has to request some help. Okay. A statutory instrument or other instrument issued by the president or any person authorized by the president may be authenticated by the signature of a minister, and the validity of any instrument so authenticated shall not be called in question on the ground that is not made, issued or executed by the president. President bw'aba alina kyayagala, like any instrument or instruction, oba alina kyakoze, then minister oyo gwaba atumye oba ye kennyini, no one shall question him. Yeah, no one is supposed to question him because he's the fountain of honor. Okay, Article 100, notification of the absence of the president from Uganda. President by not to tegeza batya who is absent or sick or something. Okay, let's see. The president shall, whenever leaving Uganda, notify in writing the vice president, the speaker, and the chief justice. President waba alina wonna w'alaga ng'afuluma eggwanga, alina okuwandiikira vice president, speaker, ne chief justice. Bwa leero ngendako mu Egypt, ninayo summit. Okay. Presidential address. presidential addresses was anthem during that time of COVID. Hey, 21 days. Hey, nakwabiri munana. Hey, wait. Oh, okay. Let's see about the presidential address. The president shall, at the beginning of each session of parliament, deliver to parliament an address on the state of nation. Buli parliament webegenda otuula, buli session, president alina okudelivalinga eggwanga liri mu mbeera ki to the parliament. Excuse me. The president may also, in consultation with the speaker, address parliament from time to time or any matter of a national importance. Sorry, excuse me. President ngaye alina ku consulting a speaker, kwogeramu ne speaker, then n'agamba parliament buli kaseera ku kiba kibaawo mu ggwanga. Okay, that is about presidential. Okay, qualifications of the president. Qualifications of the president. Listen clearly. A person is not qualified for election as a president unless that person is a citizen of Uganda by birth, nga mutuze wa Uganda, bamuzalira mu Uganda, bazadde bana Uganda, yakulira Uganda, citizen of Uganda by birth, not less than 35 years and do not more than 75 years of age, and a person qualified to be a member of parliament. Once again, a citizen of Uganda by birth, not less than 35 years and not more than 75 years of age, and a person qualified to be a member. Was this constitution amended or what? Derek? So as we said before, the constitution was amended, if you are less than 35 years of age, you are not supposed to be elected. But now it's from 18 years and above, then you can be elected. And before it was not more than 75 years, but now 75 and above, they changed the age limits and term limits. So now it's different. Okay, Article 103, election of the president. The election of the president shall be by universal adult suffrage through a secret ballot. Universal adult suffrage. Abantu abakulu bajja kuba akalulu, not people less than 18 years tebakirizibwa kulonda, as we checked. By no cause a ballot paper. Taking but take box. A person shall not be a candidate in a presidential election unless that person submits the electoral commission on on or before the day appointed as nomination day in election, a document which is signed by the person nominating him or her. Omuntu tagenda beera candidate not unless they are submitting that electoral commission nemukkiriza the day before nominations as a candidate. And B, the nomination is supported by 100 voters in each of at least 2/3 of the districts in Uganda. 100 voters. Okunoonya kyekyo kyowulira nti bagamba bagenda noonya emikono 100 mu buli district, in at least 2/3 of the district. Buli district kati omugenzi boogerwe alina onoonya emikono 100, naye yagambye yanoonyeza 2 tayagala kwekwasa. Okay, the election of the president shall be held during the first 30 days of the last 90 days. The election of the president shall be held during the first 30 days of the last 90 days before the expiration of the term of the president, except in case. The last 30 days of the last 90 days. The last first 30 days. Ennaku asatu ziba zisooka mu nnaku 9 nga omukulembeze aliko tanavaako balina okukola ki okuwa akalulu. The first election under this constitution. An election held under Article 1046 of this Constitution, an election held under Article 109 of this Constitution, and an election necessitated by the fact that a normal presidential election could not be held as a result of the existence of a state of war or a state of emergency, in which case the election shall be held within such period as Parliament may by law prescribe. In case waba olutalo, then awe bya 30 days oba biki babigenda kweyongerayo. Naye nga Parliament emaze okukola ki, ng'emaze okyogerako, ng'emaze okukiteeka mu mateeka. A candidate shall not be declared elected as a president unless the number of votes cast in favor of that candidate at the presidential election is more than 50% of the valid votes cast at the election. 50%. Yeah, omukulembeze bwe bamulangirira nti asinze n'okubeera nga alina 50% sebo. Tosaasinga ng'oli under 50%. Awo oba okakuttemu nga enjogera ya kakati bw'egamba, naye kati yakawaana bagenda kakuuma. Okay. Where at the president election, no candidate obtains the percentage of votes specified in clause 4 of this article, a second election shall be held within 30 days and after the declaration of the results, in which elections the two candidates who obtain the highest number of the votes shall be the only candidates. Hey. So, what asusiza 50%? Bacandidates akala ababadde ne 40% bagenda kola ki kuddamu. So si bali abajeyo 0, abamu ne bajayo 2%, abamu ne bajayo 10. No, those candidates that are high baba balina okukaddamu kaba kagenda nyuma. That would be better. You know, bano bakachere bona basookera babajjemu. Then bano abasinze bakole ki bakikwatemu mukono ku mukono. Tulabe who is who. Naikati, everyone is allowed to participate. The ballot paper is congested. I think now the ballot paper will be like from here to here. Bogendo kubanga bona bali bano. Bogendo nonya. Anyway, the Electoral Commission shall ascertain, publish and declare in writing under its seal the result of the presidential election within 48 hours from the close of polling. Bwamala okubukuba ne babubala, Electoral Commission ino bu okudikiryalinga ni mukulembeze within 48 hours essaawa 48. Electoral Commission ino ekulaga kati Bobi Wine ye president. Abaana basobola linnya ennyonyi ne baddayo simanyi kiyinza bbeerawo. Okay, a person elected president during the term of president shall assume office within 24 hours after the expiration of the term of the predecessor, and in any other case within 24 hours after being declared elected as a president. Bwebakwa electinga ekisanja kyoli kiweddeko within 24 hours sawa 24 oba olina okukola ki taking over presidency. Subject to the provision of this constitution, Parliament shall by law prescribe the procedure for the election and assumption of office by president. Okay, then Article 104, challenging a presidential election. Oli ayinza ovaayo n'agamba nze kana kalulu no nkasazizaamu. Let's see what it takes. Subject to the provision of this article, any aggrieved candidate may petition the Supreme Court for an order that a candidate declared by Electoral Commission elected as a president was not validly elected. Muntu yenna asobola ovaayo n'agamba akalulu Museveni k'owangudde nze nkutwala wa mu Supreme Court. Nengamba nedda akalulu bakabbye oba akalulu wakabbye oba akalulu kakoze katya. ya kino Bobi Wine yakikolako bamala okuba akalulu ng'alaba bamubbye yagenda mu kooti ate bwe yamala ye kennyini omusango n'agugjayo mbu agutwala mu kooti y'abantu. So we didn't know the logic behind there. Naye katulinde kooti y'abantu eyinza obbaako kyekola this time round. A petition under clause 1 of this article shall be logged in the Supreme Court registry within 10 days after the declaration of the election result. Within 10 days, ngenaku 10. Enaku 10 olina otwala omusango ogwo mu kooti. Supreme Court. The Supreme Court shall inquire into and determine the petition expeditiously and shall declare its finding not later than 30 days from the date the petition is filed. Supreme Court yegenda kola okunoonyereza kwayo within 30 days ejja kubanga ekomyawo ne answer. When no petition is filed within the time prescribed under clause 2 of this article, or where a petition having been filed is dismissed by Supreme Court, the candidate declared as a president shall conclusively be taken to have been duly elected as a president. Bwebabaawo omusango nga teguguddwawo mwezi ennaku 10 nga article 104 bwetugambye, oyo gwe balonze bajja agenda mu maaso bamulayize bagambe afuuse president. After due inquiry under clause 3 of this article, the Supreme Court may dismiss the petition. Supreme Court kale bwekole kunoonyereza nga waliwo awaabye ng'ekoze okunoonyereza n'esanga nga nothing has happened, they dismiss ne bagamba nedda. Declare which candidate was validly elected. Yo neegamba kati ono gwe baalonda yennyini and annual the election. Eyinza okusalawo neegamba kakati akalulu tukaddemu. Tukaddemu next time. So that is the right of the Supreme Court. Just in case the three things happen. Bwe bawaaba nti akalulu kange baakabba, Supreme Court eyinza ne dismissinga petition negamba nedda, oba ne declaringa asinze according to the what the councils will say, or negamba akalulu leka bakaddemu. Where an election is annulled, a fresh election shall be held within 20 days from the date of the annulment. Akalulu bakadeclaringa null. Ne baagala okaddamu. It shall be repeated, bagenda kukaddamu within 20 days from the date of annulment. Okay. After a fresh election held under clause 6 of this article, there is another petition which succeeds. Then the presidential election shall be postponed, and upon the expiry of this term of the incumbent president, the speaker shall perform the functions of the office of the president until new president is elected and assumes office. So akalulu bwe bakadeclaringa null, speaker wa parliament yagenda otwala entebe y'obwa president. That's what the constitution says. Until bwe bafuna president omutuufu. Then by then, speaker of parliament yagenda obeera president. Why not vice president? Why not chief justice? Anyway, okay. For the purpose of this article 98(4) of this constitution shall not apply, Parliament shall make such laws as may be necessary for the purpose of this article, including laws for grounds of annulment and rules of procedure. Annulment webaamu amakoona, then Parliament ejja biyingiramu. Jagamba no, Supreme Court, this is not this and this, so let's do this and this. That's the way they will use the rules of procedure as Parliament. Okay. Then Article 105, tenure of office of the president. Tenure of office of the president. Wetuna the remove of the president. Then remove of the president in Gavinji. So Next time I think we shall stop from that. We shall start from there. Thank you for watching, guys. Vice President, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, share, please. Let's keep this going. Thank you. See you. Bye.